Welcome back, guys. It's our 61st podcast. Very excited. I'm one of your first hosts, Herbert.
Enrique.
Ronnie.
Nick. Caesar.
Jonathan.
And congrats to the California bar, the most recent one, just announced this past Saturday.
Friday, right?
It was Friday. Friday the 12th.
The 12th, yeah.
And congrats to one of our friends, Isaiah. He passed the bar. He's official California attorney now.
So guess what? We have a lawyer in our friend group. Right? We have multiple because we have Neil when she hikes with us. So if whoever wants to mess with us, we got ammo, right?
Yeah.
And we're working out, so we could fight him too. Or we can fight anybody.
Well, yeah. What kind of cases do we want to take, though? Like attempted murder, assault, battery, domestic violence? The juicy ones.
I think you get hired on specific categories, though. You can't pick whichever one you want.
Manslaughter.
No, I think people, when you're a lawyer, I think you choose, right, where you want to practice.
Yeah.
So, but we don't have any lawyers in the baddies, but we have friends that we know. So that's pretty cool, actually. So, congrats to whoever passed. I bet it's a hard exam, and I heard a lot of good stuff about it. But you know what? The other stuff is harder is hikes. We have
Changing gears here.
So real quick, just to change gears, we're gonna talk about hikes today, and we're gonna talk about just hitting back the gyms, because I know a lot of people have been asking questions about the fitness in the gym, and then a lot of also people have been asking questions about hikes. One of the cool hikes that me and Enrique were able to do with other group of friends was Cactus to Clouds. I know Caesar wants to do that in the future, right? Caesar said?
Yeah, one day I gotta train for it first.
Well, I told Caesar that to train for it because, it is kind of hard. It's kind of hard hike.
I think it's a very challenging hike for someone that doesn't hike.
It's actually one of the highest elevation gain day hikes in the U.S.
The U.S.
So when I mean day hikes, that means that you could do it in one day. So Cactus to Clouds, it literally starts at the cactus and you move to the clouds. And there's like there's a rest spot where you go to the tram, and that's in Palm Springs. The tram is like, if you can even take your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever to the tram, and you can pay I think it's $14, right? We can take the tram. Plus tax or something. So is it 17? Yeah, $17.
I don't even know those guys.
Yeah, so you can take the Palm Springs tram and you can meet up halfway. So you can literally do the hike and start halfway already.
How long was it?
It was 22 miles for Cactus to Clouds.
That's crazy.
Like I said, 10,800 feet elevation gain, so that's a lot of feet gain. That's even more than Mount Baldy, but it's at the very top. You know how Mount Baldy, you reach an elevation where it's hard to breathe because it's more than 10,000?
I got affected by that.
So Ricky got affected by that. I kind of did it, but we did pack up a lot of stuff. Like, like Caesar's saying, you got to prepare for it. We took a lot of good snacks. We took like goos. We even took, what are those things? The salt things called? The salt tabs?
I think there's salt tabs and something like that.
Yeah, we took salt.
How much water did you guys bring?
We got kind of light. We got lucky in this hike because you can actually refill your water at the 10-mile point. Yeah. At the tram, which changes everything, because instead of carrying we would have needed like 7 liters or more, but I only carried 3.
I carry 5. Yeah.
Which was honestly, it barely made it to the first 10 miles, but I was okay the whole time. But just for future reference, now I know that.
And we got lucky, the temperature. So it's weird. So we got there on Friday, November 12th. We got there at 11:30 something, and then we were going to start at 1, but we got there early.
We started at 11:40.
Yeah, we started at
11:40 p.m., right?
PM, Friday night. And it's funny because we're going through Palm Springs, downtown Palm Springs, and literally everybody's partying it up, and we're over here like in the car, like going for a hike.
You can hear it too in the mountains.
So we're kind of like, dude, we could just go to a party, like, fuck this hike, like, but we're just messing around. Me and Enrique were like, we just didn't want to do it, but we got there, we started like, warming up, and then we started going up. And tell me why, we're going up and it's dark, so we all had headlamps. We had even trekking poles. This is our first time using trekking poles. It was so hard to learn how to freaking walk with them because they get in the way. Or get used to them. And then it was funny because we're like, okay, you see that blue light? That's where the tram is at. That's our halfway point. That's where we're going to start eating. And tell me why that blue light, even Enrique said, what the hell? It's like moving.
Never arriving.
Yeah, it was moving and moving away.
It would look so close, and you would keep hiking for an hour, another hour,
10
3
minutes,
hours. I'm like, it looks the same. Like, it looks like it's right there, and we would never get to it.
And then we couldn't see because it's dark. So finally the sun started coming out, we're like, okay, like we don't even see the light anymore. So that's like it took us a while.
Yeah.
And then we finally got there. And tell me why. And at night it was hot, but when the sun came out, all of a sudden it got cold.
Like crazy cold. Like freezing cold. Like you needed gloves and a beanie cold. Like it was crazy cold. How there was a little bit of sunlight, but out of nowhere it got crazy cold.
Yeah. So. And the funny part, we took one of our friends, which is Steven, or we met him because Omar took him. And Steven, he was struggling, but he does hike, but he was just struggling because he was carrying a lot of food and he never carries as much weight. And he got so pissed because he kept asking Omar, like, hey, did you guys even eat, or did you guys even like do anything?
You guys take breaks when you hike? It's been like 6 hours and you guys haven't ate anything.
Dude, it was 7 hours, and that's our first like actual food that we had.
Our first break was 7 miles in.
So he was like, bro, like I brought so much food, and he was gonna quit on us, but he ended up making it to the next part. Like, cause we took a break, we all ate, we rested like for like 30 minutes max, because I didn't want to rest for too much.
It wasn't that long, it was probably 20.
Yeah, and then we refueled with water, and we started our next hike. So the first part was 10 miles, the second part was 6 miles, and then the second, like coming down is another 6, so at it's 22, and you go to the tram. You pay $14 and take the tram. Now in the future, what I want to do too, I don't know about Ricky, he probably does, we want to do sea to sea to sea, which is cactus to clouds to cactus, instead of taking the tram.
Which is adding an extra 10 miles.
So it'll be...
Hey, but like, why?
Why not?
No, bro. Stop with the sea to sea.
How about I know Caesar, he has probably next year, because, if you're going to do this hike, you should do it when it's not snow season, because it's dangerous, for sure. We're on the
dangerous, and two, like it's uphill the entire time. 10,000 feet elevation is no joke.
So real quick, Caesar and Herbert, you guys should maybe train for next year.
Nah, I already stopped you right there.
Why not?
First of all, I'm not a big fan of cactuses, and I've seen clouds. I'm good on that. Ronnie or Caesar, would you guys want to do that 20-mile hike?
I'll be down to do it.
In the future, not. We'll talk about right now.
Actually, maybe in the future, because right now.
Next year.
Maybe like in February.
Aren't you gonna be like all buff next year? So like maybe next year.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm gonna be killing it, like 100%, dude. I'm gonna be like, any reason to take off my shirt, I'm gonna do it. Any reason. But yeah, once I get to that.
That's what I'm saying. Not right now. I'm not talking about the next.
Once I get to the point where I feel comfortable, yeah, then I'll do the sea to sea, but not the sea to the fucking.
Sea to sea.
I'll do 2 seas. 2 seas is fine.
Good enough. Yeah.
But not the third sea.
Yeah.
No
after that hike, me and Enrique felt like, I don't know, we felt like accomplished. Like, okay, we could do anything. Because we didn't.
I still kind of feel like that right now.
I feel like I could run like any mountain right now.
Yeah, like right now I feel like I have a lot of energy.
So
you guys ran, right? You guys didn't hike it?
Oh yeah.
Well, we kind of parts of it, because there's some, like I said, there's like some friend that was struggling in the back, so Steven, so we were kind of like, we don't leave anybody behind.
The badges never leave anyone behind.
No child behind.
Shout out to Enrique, the one that always took care of Steven in the back.
And if you guys saw the reel that we posted, we had a good time. We were partying, we had a little rave up there.
They recorded me partying. I don't know why they got me with that footage. I wasn't ready.
But we're sober though. I'm being serious. No drinking involved. We were
so drunk. It was such a great night.
It was just water.
I wanted to ask you guys, compared to the 50-mile or 30-mile run, which one was harder?
Common question that we've been getting. But it's a tough one to answer. I really don't know how to answer it specifically.
Which one was harder? Yes or no?
I feel like the 30-mile. They each have their own.
I know,
their own
they're all
pain at
different.
the end. But it's like they both really suck. But they both I feel like the 30 miles probably hurt a little more because you're stomping.
Oh, okay.
You're stomping the entire 30 miles. Your feet are stomping, and that at the end my knees kind of hurt, my feet kind of hurt. But I was fine. For this hike, the 20-mile hike, my knees were fine and my feet were fine.
But we're tired though.
But you were just tired. That was just...
So I think what he's saying is right. I'll go back. I'll copy that on that, and then I'll make for sure running. The next day I ran with you. Remember? The next day I ran because a recovery run. I was like, almost we were being stupid, but my ankle was hurting. But when I did the hike, nothing was hurting. I just got home.
It was just the muscle, which was cool.
I was just tired, because I was sleep deprived, because we woke up in the morning. We didn't even sleep, for 24 hours. My head was hurting a little bit. I got home and I ate. We had pozole, so thank you, Enrique, for the other Enrique, that invited us for pozole. So we had 2 plates of pozole, and after we got home, I just showered, and I told Monica, I freaking slept from 8 o'clock to 8 a.m.
Yeah, it's 12 hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. But also, I felt like, I don't know, I felt good. But then I woke up the next day and I felt fucking like.
I felt fine.
Yeah.
No screws.
It wasn't like the run. The run
had me sore for like an entire couple of days, but this hike I was like the next day I was sore, but I wasn't that bad. And by the second day I was fine. I ran a mile when I worked out.
Actually, real quick, since we have Caesar here, I know he ran 12 miles for his first time. Did you feel any soreness after?
After the run, I felt good, but later on in the night, that's when I felt I was getting cramps. But the next day I woke up good. I thought it was gonna be more sore than as I thought of, but I was good.
It's because you're a warrior.
But did you have any pain like on your ankles or on your feet, on your bottom of the feet? What is it called?
I feel like you're on the sides. I don't know why. Like it feels like.
Or you didn't get shit splints, huh?
No, I think maybe just my left knee was aching for a minute.
Yeah, see that's the thing. I think running just makes you
dangerous.
It makes you feel like. That's what I told Omar. I told him before. I was like, hey, we want to get into cycling because running every day it hurts. You know.
Does Omar complain about anything hurting?
Yeah, he does. He said he pulls.
I mean, here and there. I mean, it's pain you can get used to. It's not crazy pain to run, but I feel like you shouldn't get complacent with it because then that's when they can start to hurt you.
Okay, so last time I was running, I was just trying to be funny and I was trying to jump from like the curb, just like jump down to like the sidewalk or to do like some little movement. And tell me why that little like stupid little movement, like when I was running, like it felt like I was gonna get injured. It was weird. It's freaking weird. I don't know why, but maybe because I was
on your knee.
Or just overall, like I felt like I was gonna pull like something, like my hamstring or something. No, be serious, like.
I think I know the feeling. I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Because I was like, maybe I was loose, or what is not loose? It's not loose, but like I was not.
You felt loose.
I didn't feel loose. Like I was like
a little tan.
I was like
not fully warm.
Yeah, I was already warm. Like I kind of felt like just like flexible, not flexible, but like.
What do you do? What are you talking about?
Like running, you feel like you have energy. But I was whatever. I feel like I probably had runner's high and I wasn't thinking.
It was in the groove.
Yeah, I was in the groove, and then I tried to do something cool like Spider-Man, and I messed up, and yeah. So I feel like you should just run and just don't do anything. Don't jump off of anything.
Don't do like parkour.
Yeah, don't parkour. So real quick though. So since everybody's been asking us about the gym, like because we always hit the gym and all that, I didn't know that. Like I don't remember the first time I hit the gym. Like I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I remember it was in high school, 100%. But I remember like doing stuff like squats. I just remember me like senior year like fucking hitting like 3 plates, whatever. But I don't remember when I started. Like I don't remember like struggling that much. But since we invited one of our friends, Kristen's, to the gym, I remember like every time we bring someone new to like do workouts, like it's like damn. Like I see Ronnie too. Ronnie could talk about this because I know when Ronnie started. You just started like 2 years ago, a year ago?
Yeah, basically after when like the baddies first started. That's when I first started working out. Because before that I had never worked out in my life.
But you said squats. Squats is a hard.
Yeah. So when we worked out with Kristen today, because she came along, she's like, hey, like honestly, like I have not like really hit the gym. Like I want to start working out. So it's like okay, like let's do like a full body workout today. So we'll like do legs, we'll do arms, back, chest. The whole shebang. So when we were doing legs, with squats, she was kind of having a little trouble, and I was like, it kind of brought me back to like when I first started squatting, because I got frustrated with myself. Like when I first started squatting, I don't know if it was like my brother Nick right here or like Jonathan, but I could not get my form right, and it took me a while.
I think.
And then because I first tried it, I hated squats. I was like, no, fuck that, I don't do squats. But then once I got it right, and I always skipped squats. I remember that. But once I got my form right, I was like, okay, like fuck it, like let's do it.
I think that's the thing. I think a lot of people hate a workout until you know how to perfect it. And Nick could probably know about this. What do you like now to do? Like, I know you powerlift, but what's your favorite workout?
Right. Usually it's always been squats, but I've been having some issues with my knee. But I've been seeing like my bench increase a lot. So
you like bench now? I bet you anything right now at the moment you probably like bench.
Right now, like bench is like my favorite, but also like I do enjoy squats.
I like deadlifts.
Deadlifts, I'm not really much of a deadlift person, just because like I have trouble with form and like basically bracing, but I'm still trying to like work on it and see like what helps me personally. But it's just trial and error at this point.
And you started working out at high school, right? Football? Like high school?
In high school I was like working out just to basically like maintain muscle for like football and stuff like that. I continued it like after high school, but Like honestly, this year was probably like when I actually taking it serious.
But do you remember the first time you freaking got under the squat rack or something? Or like
yeah. I started with 25s, but I couldn't even hit parallel.
Like parallel means you like fucking you're a 90 or below, right? Below or
yeah, like when your hip crease goes either to like your knee level or like a little bit below. But other than that, I remember I started like some of my friends started with bar, but I started with 25s on each side, but I couldn't even go that low. It just takes practice.
What did you ever get discouraged of like all the equipment around like the gym? Like, because a lot of people say that like when you walk in. Well, okay, so compare a gym like a big gym versus like a freaking high school gym is small, right? Because the difference. But did you ever get discouraged when you walked in those like doors to the gym? Like kind of like fuck, there's a lot of weights, or well, should I just focus on this, or like I don't know.
No, a little bit, but then also like I was in high school and I thought it was shit.
Yo, you are the shit.
I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna just do me and like basically like lifting weights, but I wasn't like
liftings.
Yeah, I just wanted to lift heavy back then, but then also like I wasn't worried about like my form and like all that stuff, which helped me like basically. I've dealt with like some back injuries and stuff like that.
Because of the form.
Yeah, because form. So I should have focused more on form back then I probably would have been.
No, that's a big takeaway there. That's the punchline.
Yeah.
Form.
That's what we kept telling Kristen too. It's like, hey, honestly, like get your form right and then start adding weight.
Yeah. Even if you go light, like don't get who cares? Or for girls,
start off with the bar. Or like,
start off with the bar always.
I never start off with the bar, and that's just because I like to get my form going. I want to get my body feeling the motion first with like very little weight, and then I always add weight. But I always do the bar whether I'm benching or squatting. I do just the bar. I do a couple.
Wait, so Caesar, what was your first time working out?
Like last week?
Today.
Today?
Now I'm thinking about it. I think it was like 7th or 8th grade. I used to go to Valley's Total Fitness before it was LA Fitness.
I remember Valley's.
I got the membership because my brother he played football, so he got his and I got mine, and we were going like at 5 in the morning.
5 in the morning? Before school?
Before school.
Wait, you were in middle school then?
Yeah, that's right.
That's crazy.
Hey, you were one of those kids who threw the hard dodge. I didn't want to play dodgeball.
And it was only because the front neighbor, she paid a membership for us. She was like a cool neighbor.
Hey, shout out to that neighbor, dude.
Yeah.
So I hate that neighbor. What the hell?
Damn. So okay. So when you started, you're in 8th grade. So you didn't even care because you're in 8th grade, huh?
Yeah, I was just doing what my brother told me, and then just whatever way he told me to do, I just do it.
That's crazy.
And that's how I think maybe I got straightened out because I used to see him doing a lot of weight, so I wanted to get to his level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It's crazy though because YouTube wasn't before YouTube. It wasn't like big. It's freaking back in the day. So. I feel like. So, what were you guys wearing? How did you? Oh, because of him, his coach.
Well, him because of football, and then training, and he used to like, we used to go to the gym and like, okay, we're gonna do this, and I just follow.
Damn. You used to have like a Men's Health like book, huh? Like,
actually, they have a bunch of posters.
Posters everywhere.
What? Damn, 7th grade. You're right. Herbert's right. You're the kid that used to bully. Do you bully people?
No, I was shy.
I was probably scared of him. I would have been like, nah, dude. I don't want to get close.
Okay, you were shy, but you used to play sports. No, I think you used to play football, flag football, right?
No, I played just high school football.
Wait, so did all of you guys fucking play sports?
Yes.
Wait.
Oh, yeah, we all. I've been playing sports since I was a kid.
Okay, because Jonathan, what? Football, right?
I did football. I did track, whatever. Soccer.
Caesar, you did
football and track 2 years.
Nick, you did football.
I did football and then I was practicing with wrestling.
Oh, wrestling, huh? Enrique?
I love sports. I've been playing sports since I was a little kid. Since I was like 5 years old, I was in soccer teams and everything. So I just love playing sports.
But in high school, yeah, you did wrestling too, right?
Football, wrestling, track.
Yeah. Herbert?
I did basketball for the city for Northside for City League.
Wait, you did football too?
No, basketball.
Oh,
like Azusa, like the parks.
Wait, I thought you did football too, no?
I did play. Well, technically,
like freshman year or something.
No, but I got kicked out because I stopped showing up because it was hot.
Okay. Guys.
That kid.
No.
Wait, am I the only one out? I never did sports, dude.
No?
Like, ever.
Damn.
You're too cool.
Do you remember when we had to do the squats and go under like the rails?
Oh yeah, the lineman. You know how you go underneath the.
I had on every bar I hit my head, and the coach just kept laughing at me. It was so demoralizing.
see, even I know whoever played.
You know what I'm talking about?
whoever played football here could understand what like commitment and like Hell Week was crazy.
I made it through Hell's Week. I got kicked out 2 weeks before school started because I stopped showing up after Hell Week.
Why?
It was hot, bro.
That's like the hardest Hell Week. I remember I hated Hell Week. I freaking waking up in the morning, go home, eat, and then go back to fuck, dude.
I remember throwing up one time. I
don't know. Glasson had 3 of these, but
No.
year we had 3 of these.
I had
So I had to wake
wrestling.
up at 5 in the morning and run 2 miles with the whole team with the tire. You had to bring your own car tire.
What?
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. And you gotta go on the pace, the slowest person, 2 miles. And then once you're done, you go home, come back at 8, practice. You're free after practice, probably like around 10, 11, and then come back at 3 and then practice again.
Oh man.
Hey, was it when you go home, you'll be hungry, huh? You'll get home. I was hungry. I used to eat a lot.
I'd be crazy hungry after sports.
Thirsty, and the good thing is that some mom used to bring watermelon. That was the best. After practice, yeah, they're right there with watermelon. Just grab some and eat some.
Watermelon.
Dude, I remember those moms, like the football, well, soccer moms for sure, but football parents, they'll bring like, I remember before a
like
game,
the whole team.
dude, it was like,
Chrisfield, no?
yeah,
Yeah.
they'll bring us like, what was it? They'll do Fridays before a game. We'll have like the carve it up, like we'll have the spaghetti or something crazy. It was pretty cool. I don't know.
Like a dinner, an
See,
actual dinner.
Team meal.
Team meal, yeah. And then you'll go play.
Did you feel good? Do you guys? I've always wanted to ask. Do you guys feel cool when you guys walked around with during game day? You guys have the jersey.
Yeah.
Fucking cocksucker every time. You guys gotta leave early and shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's funny because
we have a game. We gotta go.
it's funny because if you have a game, you can leave 6th period. You could be like, they'll let you like. It wasn't even that early.
15, 20 minutes early. Like it's just so you can get to your bus break.
Yeah.
And then we'll have like I remember after we'll leave early, we'll go meet up at the weight room. We'll have like a little the video
talk or like.
Oh, what is it?
Like a motivational
like.
Yeah, or you can see like your what is it called you're scouting the other team like, oh, watch out for this guy, watch out for that, like you'll videos, film.
Yeah.
And then after film we'll go eat. Because we had like until 7 o'clock night, or what's that, 6 or 7? I think 7. And then I bet with as soon as high, you guys would do that too, right?
We didn't have no scouting because we're freaking beasts.
Oh, alright, guys. But you had to eat before though.
Yeah, we just met up at, I think we ate like around 4. We used to get like B-Mans or mom used to cook. And after we eat, we used to meet up at the room, just talk about whatever we had to talk about. And then they'll set us free in the locker room and we could just chill in there till the bus comes and then we take off.
Yeah. And you're talking about like the whole like dress up and with the whole jersey on Fridays. Without that was cool, but you know what was even cooler was when the game day or when we'll put on like our actual like pads and everything. Everybody, I don't know, tell me why, and you guys all know this. Like everybody will try to look cute, like, no, hey, can you take me up here? You'll be like, hey bro, take me up here, or you'll like try to get all this like accessories, your visors, your fucking gloves, your backpack, like everything. And I remember like,
or your foot, your cleats.
Yeah, you could wrap up your cleats or your what is it, the knee sleeves or something.
Okay, but I now want to ask this: do you guys have like a moment that sticks out during a game that's like, oh, you guys did something like really special that you guys remember?
Won the game?
No, but like that you did specifically.
Oh, injured someone?
You injured someone?
Yeah.
Oh, what'd you
and
do?
then Duarte, I injured the quarterback because he was he was a quick quarterback, so they told us.
You sacked him?
Well, what happened was he was a quick quarterback. He was a scrambler, so he was good at scrambling. He was like literally like one of the top, you know how the CIA or like whatever, one of the good quarterbacks. Basically, like we had to watch out for him because he could run. But I was like, okay, so I was lineman or I was DN, and I remember like some DN, like the lineman got me, but like I kind of got away from him. But once I got away from him, the quarterback ran in like kind of like in the side of me, so I kind of like lost him. But I started running because he was taking off. And now we were probably like at the 40, their 40-yard line, or our 40-yard line. So he was taking off, and I remember, I think it was probably Sebastian. He had him on the ground. He had him like he was holding on to his like ankle, and I come from behind and I just smacked him hard. And I think my smack and Sebastian holding on to his ankle, like like twisted it. So we like took him out of the game. It was fun. It feels good when you no, it feels good when you smack someone. When you smack someone like hard, like pancake or whatever the fuck you call it.
Do you remember something like that, Caesar?
I didn't have a moment like that, but
when you hit something like, oh, I kicked that guy, like you fucking hurt him.
When you
the only thing that I had is that I was a left guard, 5'8", 160 pounds, going against like 200-300 pound linemen, and I used to win the fight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And the only lineman D-line that gave me challenge was from Gladstone. He was big, but I got the game because we won 51-14.
Dude, Azusa always kicks the fucking.
Well, no, not now. We've been winning now.
Half the years.
But they were pretty good. Yeah.
Like Gladstone had like a streak of 9 or 10, and then Azusa took over. We got 9 or 10, and I think they're now Gladstone taking over, so it goes both ways.
Wait, Nick, did you ever like smack someone or?
Oh yeah, I remember. I think it was Duarte or Chivas or something like that. But I remember it was a screen, and I was a lineman. I was center, so we ended up like hitting linemen, and then like we backed up to like let all the D line go, and then we always had to like target somebody, right? But I remember it was like this kid and like like that kid and I like we made eye contact. Like, we straight up made eye contact, and we both knew, like, we were gonna, like, hit each other, and, like, basically, like, whoever makes it. But we were, like, 15 to 20 yards away from each other. So, we literally, yeah, so literally, like, we started, like, hauling ass at each other. And I was like, oh, shit, like, this is gonna fucking happen. And then we were, like, near the sideline, by, like, our side. So, I literally just, once we were, like, getting, like, closer to hit, like, I just ducked my head down, and then, like, we made contact, and it was so fucking loud, like, I'm not even lying, like, I blacked out for, like, 1 second, I opened my eyes, and I saw, like, stars. And I just see him, like, sitting on the floor, and I, like, looked towards, like, my sideline, and, like, all, like, my, like, teammates were, like, they were, like, in shock, and, like, one of them was, like, holy fucking shit, it was so fucking loud, so.
You guys did, like, helmet, or?
Yeah, like, straight up helmet.
That's so crazy.
And then, like, he just literally just, like, sat down, and I was just, like, standing up. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I did that?
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. But other than that, I knew I was a hard hitter because I ended up giving, like, I think 2 people concussions for my own team just in practice. So I ended up giving 2 people concussions, and I remember when I was a sophomore, I was starting varsity. So one of like the seniors or whatever, like we were going at it because he was like one of like, oh shit, like let's always go tough. But like I was just chilling, and then like I kept hitting him, and then like he needed to take a break, and he was like a senior like starter. So I was like, I knew like I hit hard, but. Not that hard.
Anything for you?
Go hard or go home.
No, I'm just wrestling. I guess it would be for me. I would wrestle people that were heavier than me, and that was always interesting for me to win that. But I mean, specific moments. I mean, I don't know, slamming someone, choking someone out. Like I think.
Well, choking.
Wait, what
in MMA or like in other stuff, but it's just mixed martial arts.
It's really not.
You look like a choker.
Like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or anything like that.
Hey, you've been watching, what is the 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah, bro, you watch.
This is 50 Shades of
50 Shades of Brown, bro. That's Mexican.
Yeah, but real quick though, going back to so after, we talked about how we started though. So yeah, guys, we all start somewhere though. Straight up, like, either you start now or later. Freaking Ronnie is the late bloomer at the gym. It doesn't really matter. But if you start long time ago, I feel like it doesn't matter how long you start, but if you're starting now, fix your form, straight up, like what Nick said, because if you don't fix your form, you're going to be doing it wrong, and you're not going to be working out the part that you want to work out.
And you probably might get injured.
And also, like, if you don't fix it, it'll just probably take you longer. Because if you face an injury, then it's just going to go through recovery, and then you're going to have to fix your form again. So, just focus a lot on, like, form.
And
that'll probably help you out in the long run.
I think even if you, I think if you do good form, you can even lift heavier, I believe. So something like that, like you know what I mean. Like if you know how to do it, like with the right form, I think it can increase.
If you control it better, then you can lift heavier.
Yeah.
Because I know, like when people are doing that, I see the common mistake is when people get tired and they're doing bicep curls, they start using their back, and it's kind of funny. Like, bro, like, are you doing back workout? Or are you doing arms? And then like I know. be careful with the compound workouts, or like workouts like which bench, like your main lifts, like bench, deadlifts, and all those. Like take it slow, and don't be increasing weight by because you feel good, like by 30 pounds. That's a lot, right? How much you start increasing it by like I'm saying, like you want to go heavy, right? Like not too much.
Once you're already going
10, 15.
Honestly, it just depends. Like if I'm feeling good, like I'll just increase by like.
Well, for you, I'm talking about someone that really started.
Yeah. Honestly, like the best thing that like beginners could actually like start to learn is obviously form, and also like learning your body, like knowing your limits, because once you like try to pass those limits, you're either gonna like basically plateau and like either kind of screw yourself over, and basically you're gonna have to like redo it again. But know your limits. Like if you're struggling, that's kind of a limit. It's like you shouldn't add on like 90 more pounds.
Yeah.
So like if you're struggling, just basically add a little bit until like you know that you're good.
And if you can't, and nutrition is important, but we have a nutrition podcast, so listen to that episode, because nutrition is important, like straight up, like, because you can't go sleep deprived or not eating anything, and literally your body's gonna feel empty. I know sometimes, like, some of us, like, we like to get like protein after, right? Like shakes. If we're on the go, I know like Caesar likes to get protein from like the juice bars. I like to get
from the neighbor, I think, no?
From the neighbor? Yeah. Or from the raspado, like those people that is Yeah, but no, real quick, guys. I hope you guys, had a good time listening to us, and like take a lot from this, because we're here to help you and ask us questions about. I know it's a new year, new me type of deal, right? Coming up 2022. So if you guys have any questions about any gym or like any gym workout, whatever, let us know. And because Enrique and Herbert know all about it, and they'll give you guys all the details. And maybe you guys could even work out with the Baddie. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I think we're doing a great sponsor to whoever wants to come through. I mean, any LA Fitness that's close to you, let us know. We might show up.
We also do have free passes, so if you don't have LA Fitness, I have a free pass. I think Ronnie does too.
Wait, you have a free pass?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like whoever's down to work out with us, let us know.
Invite your mom, your grandma,
your tia,
your tío, your dad too. I know.
Your dad. Yeah.
Anyone, anything over is fine.
Let's go. All right, guys. Thank you guys for listening to us. Like I said, follow us on Instagram. Listen to us on Spotify and YouTube, and we're here for y'all.